How is everybody? Oh my God, I'm looking at my shit. I don't know how my shit got posted to Facebook, bitches. Okay, anyway, how is everybody? I know, I'm back. You know what? I was going to do a live on Facebook. After 30 days of being blocked, they're like, you can't post video. Excuse me, knock, knock. You can't post videos because we want to avoid any kind of bad behavior. What am I? Your fucking kindergarten class? Oh my God, right? What the hell? What the hell? Hi, Danny DeVito. That cracks me up. What the hell? Yeah, I literally ran this morning like a bitch. I ran like a bitch. I ate salmon for dinner and ran like a bitch this morning. Mm-hmm. I probably look like a troll. I kind of sometimes after I run like that, I come home, I try to sleep, then I wake right back up. So yeah, that's what I did. So I'm doing this now because I'm going out later this afternoon, so I don't have to come back. Anyway, I literally tried to double post on Facebook and they're like, no, you can't. Sorry, we can't. No, no, your voice is too strong. That's awesome. You know, they didn't say that, but they're like, in order to avoid any threatening. I'm like, okay, you know what? This had to do with the Catholic Church, the people on Facebook, some of them whom I know. And because they're good little Catholics, they get all bent out of shape. Well, you know, I can't help it that you know who runs your church. Jeez, whatever. I mean, geez, Tuesday, happy birthday. Hi, everybody. It's hot water, y'all. I'm drinking hot water to get my hydration. And I'm almost fixed my back. Almost. So it's coming up here. And tomorrow we have the chiropractor. So we are good. We have the chiropractor. That's what we have. That's what we have. Okay, so what's going on, y'all? Before I know, from Castro's can I was raised Catholic. They get so mad on Facebook. They're like, you're bad mouthing the Catholic Church. I'm like, if it's real, it's not bad mouthing because you have an image. This is how children get molested by people like that. I'm speaking to specific people I know that were friends, you know, former friends of our former family, whatever. And just because, you know, they kissed the priest's ass and all that shit and went to baby Catholic school crap, now they want to just ignore it and avoid what's going on. Well, you can't. So do you do that in your family when someone's raping your kid? I mean, do you just go, oh no, they're really nice and you shouldn't talk that way? So always shoot the messenger, right? I mean, what's that about? Yeah, so whatever, right? Yes, mullen tea. Yes, exactly. It's off the chart. I didn't think I'd grow up I grew up in a home where like they covered my mouth from talking. They didn't want me to talk. Ever. Everybody wants me to shut up, which is probably why I can't shut up, but that's what they want. I did. I had a good dinner last night. Yeah, I did. I went with John. Anyway, he had porterhouse steak and I had salmon. And that's what I had. And that's what I ate. Salmon. And we had a stupid thing though, because I have to have vegetables with my dinner. I literally have to have vegetables. I don't care if they're a la carte. I don't care if they cost $30. I need vegetables. Like I can't just have a hunk of meat and a potato and no vegetable. Even with a salad, I just can't. Anyway, she didn't deliver our vegetables. And then we got charged for it. So I'm halfway home in the car and I'm like, I didn't get my vegetables. And then I look and I'm like, she charged us for them. By the way, vegetables with your dinner, which should be a given. I'm just saying, it's color coordinated on the plate, right? Vegetables should actually like be free, but they were $6 and I never got them. So yeah, I did phone. I did. Somebody's texting me here. Who is texting me? I don't know how they get over to this phone, but they do. Oh, it was me texting myself. Yeah, did you guys hear that? I know. I just wanted my vegetables. $6 for vegetables with the $30 piece of salmon. Yeah. Anyway, it's not a problem, except that I realized I didn't get my vegetables. So I'm like, where are my vegetables? And the salmon was outrageously priced, but really, really good. So pizza with broccoli, great. I know I wanted vegetables. I can't eat anything. It was expensive place, a little bit more expensive than, you know, whatever. Just like toast with rice was given. Yeah, exactly. I have to have green on the plate and like green and yellow. Like my kids were raised like that. I didn't just like throw shit on a plate. I had to have like the meat, even with the potatoes, but there needs to be color on the plate. Like, I don't know how people don't know how to eat. Anyway, $30 salmon. Yeah, that was $30 salmon. It was, John took me to yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it was expensive salmon, but I still wanted to know why. Why he's trying to win me back, but that's not what I wanted to know. I wanted to know where my vegetables were. That's all I wanted to know. Okay, they just literally cut me off. They just literally cut me off. No, I doubt anybody in my family watches my show because they can't stand my mouth as it is, so I doubt they would tune in to watch my mouth, you know. I know it froze up. It literally threw me off. Threw me off. Just threw me off. It was like, wow, I know, I was buffering. Yeah, pack my vegetables. I'm gonna have to drive 40 miles back to the restaurant to get my vegetables. I'm kidding. I'm not going back. The vegetables, you know, whatever. I know. Well, the waitress, she was so busy. Like, literally, I'm just gonna say this because I was a waitress, but I was probably a shitty waitress when I was a waitress. But nonetheless, we had to sit at the bar to wait for the tables because they were busy. And so we waited, right? We waited. And then we went to our table and we literally waited 20 minutes while the waitress did not come over and did not. We had drinks there, so she did not. So I was like, yeah, I drink Diet Coke with lemon. I don't drink. So, I mean, I know it's bad, but anyway. Yeah, so somebody drank VO and water and I drank Diet Coke with lemon, but it's not the point. The point was, and then I had to wait at the table and she was talking to everybody and I'm like, but it's been 20 minutes. I'm hungry now. Like, I'll eat anything, right? And I don't like to do that. So yes, not really a good waitress. However, I mean, she was busy, so whatever. But when she came to the table, I then said, no, I do not drink alcohol for the bazillionth fucking time. No. Some bitch on here, she wrote, she's like, I really like Sloan, but she's obviously drunk or high. Trust me, you'll never catch me drunk or high. You wish you would catch me drunk or high. The reason I do lemon to cut the chemical, that's a really bad thing to say. And I'm not supposed to drink Coke because it's bad. We're boycotting it, but I can't remember why. So it should be Pepsi, but that's not the point. Anyway, somebody on here, they're like, she's drunk or high. And I'm like, you fucking wish I was drunk or high, you stupid person. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm never drunk or high. The point is, this is me, and this is a problem. This is what I want to talk about. People are always like, when somebody expresses anger, excitement, rage, rage, excitement, happiness, whatever, and they're really loud about it, people are like, you know, they got to be drunk or high. Because they've taught us that being ourselves and muting ourselves is a good thing. Well, I'm not a mute person, and I'm going to be wild, and I'm going to be myself, because this is who I am. So it does not mean I'm drunk or high. I think everybody and their fucking cousin knows who I am, okay? Stupid. So anyway, somebody to come on here, I called her passive aggressive. She's stupid. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not a drunk or high, but people say it a lot. The store that I worked at, I swear to God, it's too much to say you, but I get accused of that a lot. It's blame shifting. It's like, you're drunk or high. You can't live your life sober. That's your problem. That's why you're heckling psychics online, weirdo. So that's what that is. But I still want my vegetables, which is not the point. But I was really surprised because the restaurant was packed. So people were not staying in, and it was not cheap. Like there were cheaper things on the menu, salad, but I eat salad every day. So I wanted a big fat piece of fresh Atlantic salmon. That's why it was expensive, because it's not the fresh Atlantic salmon, and a potato, a yummy potato. That's like dessert for me, yummy potatoes. So I was like, I steal all the chives for the potatoes. I steal the sour cream. I just like the potatoes. Thank you. Aw, thank you so much. Anyway, that's why it's expensive, because they say that the farmed salmon has a bunch of garbage in it. So I really can't even eat farmed salmon. So I have to eat the fresh salmon because I'm precious. No, I'm kidding. If I'm going to eat salmon, I want it to be fresh. So it was fresh, and they were charging more for it, I guess. And it was delicious. It was actually really good food. But this is me on the way home. Ring, ring. Hi. We were just there. I just left. And yeah. No, this girl, we phoned. I ate purple potatoes. Delicious. Any kind of potato is my friend. Hi, Katrina. Any kind of potatoes are my friends. But we phoned first to this, ouch. I just like went, oof. We phoned to this restaurant first, and the girl actually said, she's like, it's not my job to police you. That's what she said. She goes, I don't care if you have it or don't have it or whatever. That's what she said. So any restaurant I go to where they ask for a card, I'm not going back. So maybe the restaurants that are more free will be, you know, I was looking Wild Atlantic. Yes, it's insanely expensive. It's insanely expensive, but I just, if someone's taking me for dinner, I'm going to order the most expensive thing on the menu. I'm kidding. I don't usually do that. I'm sorry. I don't usually do that. I do the opposite. But last night I wanted the fucking salmon, okay? Mm. But anyway, that's why I was saying, you know, I just wanted some vegetables and I was willing to pay extra for the vegetables. It's vegetables. Broccoli, carrots, something. Give me some vegetables. Um, so anyway, I'm like, why? Do you not like me? I can't have vegetables. Roasted potatoes are delicious. Oh, now I got to go get some vegetables. Yes, where's your little, yeah. I don't know where Lula is. She's sleeping over there. She gave me the dirty stink eye this morning because I was gone early, climbing Mount Wilson again. The opposite world. I know. I'm like, can you have a big salad? We don't have a big salad. Can I have 2 salads and then a big bowl? We don't have big bowls. I want a big fucking salad. Tallulah likes chicken. She likes fresh chicken. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to talk. No refund. No, I called. They'll probably call me. Anyway, yeah, Brussels sprouts are delicious. It's all really good. I try to eat like that normally, but I must see green on my plate. And I did have salad. And here's a trick. Y'all want to know how to keep yourself thin? Everybody want to know how to keep themselves thin? I barely know how. But here's how. I don't eat the salad dressing. I put it on the side always. Yeah, I'm that crazy bitch. Put it on the side. And if I do, I dip my salad in. Like I dip a piece in and then that's it. Just to taste it. But I basically do not eat. Am I too exposed? Why? I'm wearing 3 shirts. What do you mean? What? I'm exposed? Yeah, sorry. I'm too exposed? What the hell does that mean? I can't have a shirt on? I can't show cleavage? Why? Why can't a stripper show cleavage? You jealous? What's wrong with you? I mean, I'm wearing 3 shirts and a sports bra, so like, fuck off. Anyway, you're too exposed. You're too exposed. Anyway, what the hell was I saying? Now, see, you distract my ass when I'm saying this. Fucking stop. Anyway, so with the salad dressing, I literally just just order it on the side and I dip the salad in it. So that saves you like 2,000 calories. If they dump this much salad dressing, like just think of 2 tablespoons, that's like 1,000 calories. And they always are doing more. So I do that. And on the baked potato, I put a half a thing of butter and I take all the chives and I do still a little sour cream. So I do that, not my clothes. What am I exposed? What's too exposed? Are you threatening me? What? Shoot me then. Fuck you. Whatever. You're too exposed. Wow, we got a heckler on. Come up with something original. Come up with something original. Okay, heckler? Heckler. Come up with something fucking original. Show your face, heckler. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. So I have my teeth. They're all my teeth. No, there's that one's not real. I have 2 on the sides there from chewing candy. But these are my teeth and these were chipped. This was chipped. So it's all been misshapen, which drives me crazy because Keith and I had the exact same teeth. I'm in the bathtub now. Why can't it's not? Get off my channel, bitch. Why are you so defensive? It's not defensive. I'm answering a question. Don't label me because you don't know anything. Anyway, when you say you're too exposed, you're either threatening me or talking about my top. Either way, it's none of your business because I'm a grown-ass woman and I'll fucking dress how I want and I'll say what I want. So First thing you got to do if you're going to heckle is you got to put your picture up here, because I got to see what your face looks like. And I know your face does not look good, or you wouldn't be heckling from behind a computer. That's why you don't have your own show, because you're an ugly ass bitch or a prick, one or the other. So you need to actually show your face. And then you probably need to go to the wash, because I'm pretty sure you haven't washed yourself in a while, because you're a smelly ass troll. Stupid smelly ass troll, right? I mean, Jesus. Anyhow, so to save calories, don't do that. Drink a glass of water before you go into a restaurant. Never, of course, then you have to pee in the public bathroom. So I have to deter from that, because I don't want to pee in the public bathroom. But if you actually want to keep your body healthy, don't order hors d'oeuvres and don't order dessert. If you're going to order dessert or something before dinner, modify it in your own house. Don't ever do it out, because they get the most fattening and the most whatever. So just don't do that. And don't order drinks either, because if you order drinks with a bunch of stuff like foodie drinks with pineapple juice and whatever, or Coke, rum and Coke, like that's like 500 calories in a drink. And your wine, well, I noticed that people, 120 calories of wine is like this much, but people fill their glasses up, they order bottles, and then they just drink it back. And I'm like, there's 1,000 calories. Aw, thank you, Miss Frankie Carey. That's an interesting name. So yeah, those calories add up. And even with the exercise, so I did, yeah, wine is expensive. I don't drink wine, and I think wine tastes like crap. So I'm not going to do it. That's right. 56. I will be 56 this year. That's what I will be. And I've never touched my face. So trolls, I'm super exposed. That's right. Face forward if you have a face, bitches. But if you don't, keep that hair covering your face, you matty-headed troll. Anyway, yeah, wine is super expensive. We all look great if you just take care of yourself. 56 today. Oh my God, happy birthday. Yeah, I mean, if you exercise, I've always exercised. I've always taken care of myself. Yeah, I can't drink wine. It smells like socks, like, or jock straps. Not that I know what jock straps smell like, but it gives me the idea that it smells like fucking jock straps. No, I'm not kidding. That is my age. I was born in 1966. I will be 56. Technically, I'm 55, but I was born in 66. This year, I will be 56. So this is what like 56 looks like without Botox. I do wear makeup, so, whatever. I do wear makeup, but I don't do Botox. I don't do anything to my face. I think this is obvious. See, look. There's all my lines. I don't do anything. So there's that. But 1964, there you are. Yeah, I love makeup though as a palette on the face. But most of the people in my neighborhood, they see me no makeup. I go through Starbucks no makeup. My friends see me with no makeup. I wear makeup on here, right? I don't take collagen. No, I do not take collagen. You know why? I don't take any. I've always been, okay, I love vitamins, and people blather on about collagen, but my skin has enough collagen in it. It's fine the way it is. I don't take hormones. Don't take hormones. I don't take anything. No false eyelashes. This is mascara. Let's see. I can't do the false. On TV, I do the stick on. That's it. My kids don't like too much makeup. Yeah, I love my skincare in truth is 99% coconut oil, and it's coconut oil. I do not do retinol. I do wear Jafra all the time, but I do not do retinol. I drink, I sleep, and I exercise. And truthfully, it is in your gene pool. Like, it just is in your gene pool. But yeah, I mean, no one can help how they look. They look how they look. So yeah, I'm never getting Botox because I have a phobia about being poisoned, and Botox seems like that could trigger my mind a lot. So I can't do that. Mm-mm. You are tempting them. Yeah, no, I have a food phobia, like of being poisoned. So like when you say Botox, I'm just like, even if I wanted to, I could not. Because I'm fucking afraid of being poisoned. So I'm like, no, but I would get a facelift. I'm not opposed to that. I take one it's botulism. Hi, Jared. Yeah, I take one multivitamin a day. I take zinc. I take protein shakes. I just drink a couple of protein shakes, a lot of yogurt. I do eat milk. I mean, drink I eat yogurt. I drink a lot of water, and I don't drink many sodas. I do when I go out. 61 in February. That's what I do. And I do a lot of mileage. So I don't do celery juice just because whatever. And I do cacao in my protein shakes. I love cacao. I do that organic. And calcium and magnesium. So I do that. Lemon water too. Not a lot for the teeth because the teeth will it's acidic for the teeth. Yeah, so that's what I do. That's what I do. I have wrinkles. Oh no, I have them. I have that paper crepey skin. I do have wrinkles. I'm just wearing makeup. There they are. Look, crow's feet, y'all. Oh, look, they're coming out. I don't care. I never cared because if you're born looking one way, you're going to end up looking that way when you're older anyway. But yeah, I don't take a lot of the vitamins. The reason I don't do collagen is it comes from bovine, like the ones that I've read. And they actually said they'd send me some on here if I would advertise it. And I'm like, I'm never going to drink collagen every day. I'm never, yeah, I don't think Trudeau said I'm beautiful. Trudeau's a panty wearing weirdo, but I don't think I'm going to take like I would never take it every day. And the only medicine I really take, truthfully, is Tylenol. Like when I throw my back out, it's a Tylenol. So there's that. That's it. Yeah, mind your business, bitch, pig and boat. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't eat any pork. I never have for no other reason than pigs are my friends, for real. I like pigs. They are my friend. December 16th, 66. There you go. We're the same age. Oh, no, you're younger. I'm August 66. So, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I don't do bacon at all. So I don't eat that kind of stuff, and I exercise a lot every day, meaning I do mileage and running. So that's important. Yeah, I do CalMag. I do take like a spoonful of that, but most of the time I don't want to be controlled and manipulated into having to ingest something every day. So there's that. I will take the odd B12, but I forget all my vitamins anyway because I don't want to take them every day. So there's that. 74 in August. So there's that. Silver homemade. Okay. Yes, I saw that. I have not watched The Convoy because I don't really watch TV too much, but yes. How can you reduce inflammation in your body? An inflammation-free diet, which blueberries is good for that. But honestly, inflammation is an imbalance. So you have to figure out what is causing high acidity in your body, actually. Yeah, turning 50, cabbage is delicious. 50 is really good. Yes, Aaron Hernandez, I got it, some football guy, right? Obviously mind controlled, obviously a setup, obviously murdered. That's what I'm going to say. They're all setups, whatever. Turning 50, you know what? What's your choice? Dying or turning 50? So you're turning 50, so embrace it and tell people that you're 60. That way they'll compliment you. As I said, when I was younger, I would tell them I was 5 years older. Because if you tell them your age, they're like, oh, she looks okay for that age. They get all judgy. But if you add 5 years, they're like, wow, you look great. So instead of being 56, I'm going to be 60 this year. Okay. So there's that. So do that. Because people, especially women, are so see you next Tuesday-ish out in public. I'm 5'6". Yeah, so and here's another thing with weight. I literally was hiking with a friend of mine, not this morning, a while back, and she's always about the number on the scale, and she's like, what do you weigh? And I think at the time, I think I weighed like 138, 139 at that particular time, and she was like, oh my God, you weigh that much? And I'm like, well, she goes, well, you don't look like it. And I'm like, if I don't look like it, who gives a fuck what I weigh, right? So people talk about that number on the scale. And so I'm letting you guys in on the secret. So when somebody asks me how much I weigh, I'm going to say 150. I do not weigh 150. I'm going to say 150. There you go. There's a 128. I'm going to say 150. And if they say it again, I'm going to say 160. And then I'm going to let them look at me and try to figure that one out. How come I look this thin at 160? Right? Oh my God, right? Oh my God. It's the number. It's like, dude, yeah, 148. I've weighed as much as 150 at times, which isn't good for my feet when I'm running. But, and I'm never big up top. I never have been big. So it's just my body shape. I'm always bigger on the bottom. And, but if people ask you always, what's the number? It's like, what, are you going to turn my vagina down if I tell you the number's wrong? Like, what's wrong? What? No, you're still going to go to bed with me, right? So the number doesn't fucking matter. Like, stop. Tell him you're older. No, really. And then we have this family member that used to come there, 5'6" and 140. That's about normal. I fluctuate between like 145 and like 128. I can fluctuate. It depends what I'm eating, right? If I want to eat a lot or not. So when you talk to people like that, it's a control thing and they're trying to judge you, but you'll hear it in the words. Sorry. Be like, what, you're not going to fuck me if I say I weigh 147? Oh, God, no. Put your pants back on, bitch. Come on, please. I mean, seriously. Oh, I'm 5'6". 5'6", I said. 5'6". So I'm just a smidgen under 5'6". Yeah, they say it. But we used to have this family member, this whack job in our family. She would come in our house. This is no joke. Every single one of us in our house, I taught my kids this, and it's weird. I always put a scale. This is my doing. I put a scale in the living room. The reason I did that, well, it's underneath the table. But the reason I did that is so if I was going to be a pig and overeat and get out of weight, because in my 30s, I had a thyroid issue, undiagnosed, I think. Anyway, I got up to like 170. So I never wanted that to happen again for no reason. Anyway, so I did that. Okay. Why is 138 a lot? Why is that? No, I'm 5'6", I'm telling you. I was 5'2" when I met John, but I grew after Keith when I was 30. My spine was locked and it actually unlocked when I had Keith, which was interesting. So we had this really fucked up family member to my kids, right? And she would come in the house and the scale was under the table. My boys wanted to gain weight, so they would weigh themselves. They want to get to 190. They want gains because my boys are tall and thin. Not short and chubby, tall and thin. And Jason, when he was 17, we took him, we had a doctor's visit. Anyway, the doctor told him, listen to this. She told that kid that he was 50 pounds underweight. So when he told me that, I marched back into this bitch doctor and I said, your clientele is from a different country of short, stout men. My son is from Canada and he's going to be well over 6 feet tall. What are you telling him he's underweight for? This bitch actually said he was underweight to his fucking face because he's thinner than the others, but they're thinner builds. Like everybody in our family would weigh less, the men. So she literally said that to my child. Who says that to a teenage boy? You're underweight. No, your other clients are actually short and stout. They're 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", and they're going to be chubby. Sorry, that's the community. That's where our doctor was in that community. And I said it to her and I ripped her an asshole. I said, are you that stupid? Like, are you really that stupid? Like, you don't, everyone is built differently. She was working off the chart. And I said, Europeans, Nordic, Vikings, Irish, English, we all be tall in our family. Look at the father. Like, shut up. I know he was 17. Actually, Keith was tall at 17, but Jason grew more. But anyway, my point more to that is, how can you fuck someone up by saying something like that? If you're coming from a country that is more like a southern country, like if you go down to where it's all sunny and all of that, the skin tone, everything's going to be different because they're in a different environment. Canadians, this is true. Canadians, we usually get thicker eyebrows because of the snow and the cold. So we have caterpillars across our face, okay? So yeah, I just went fucking crazy, right? Yeah, you can be short in the Ukraine, you can be tall, but I mean, my point is, why would a doctor say that? Like, why would you say that to him? Because he doesn't go on the thing, he doesn't fit on your paper. Like, you're obtuse, you're myopic, and you're stupid. So exactly, excuse me, as I'm burping, Scottish, right? And so anyhow, that was that. But this girl in our family would come in the house. Our scale was calibrated and she would step on it and she would do this. Oh my God. This is her. Okay. She was anorexic, bulimic, took cocaine and drank. But this was her. oh my gosh. I'm like, what? She's like, your scale is 10 pounds underweight. I said, oh, so now I weigh 160, do I? That's what she would do. That's how fucked up this bitch was. She would come in the home and say that, stand on there, and she's like, it's underweight. I don't know how to tell you this. Your scale's underweight. Really? Well, then you're even thinner than I thought, you crazy anorexic. I mean, Jesus. And a pill popping anorexic, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I know. They make an issue out of it for money. I know. I was like, what? So, oh my God. Anyway, we have the scale. So even when the kids come to visit me, one child, Jason will stand on the scale, and they always were checking Keithy, then Jason, Keithy, and then me. And they would look at me and they'd be like, she got gains. And I'm like, yeah, I got gains. That's right. So anyway, it was really funny. So, but the scales in public are always screwed up because my kids would jump on the scale like this. They would bounce to make it heavier, and they would fill their pockets full of shit. The opposite of what a woman does. Women, we whip our clothes off, no shoes. I don't even weigh myself. I don't do that. That's a form of slavery, right? It's a form of fucking slavery. Sicilian, excellent. You could come to my house and yell at the doctor too. But it's a form of slavery. Do you see what I mean? It's a form of slavery when you do that. That's actually a form of slavery. It's none of your business what I weigh. Like if I'm overweight, you can tell from looking at me, but Arnold Schwarzenegger at the height, apple cider vinegar, yes. Arnold Schwarzenegger at the height of his career would have been considered obese by those weight charts, okay? And he wasn't obese. He was just building bigger, you know what I mean? So he would have been seen as obese, right? You don't have scales. Well, the only reason I have scales is I got that first house bloated Virgo shit in there. I want to know that I'm not in denial about how I look, because if I don't have a scale, I'm in denial about what I weigh, and I can be a pig. So I just try to keep my body, BMI charts. Mine is not over 20. Mine's like 19, but that's because I run a lot. So for my age, it's good, if you're going to believe it. But see, BMI is your weight versus blah, 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 whatever, right? So there you go. I enjoyed my dinner tremendously, but what? I'm a foot taller than you. Bravo. You're a guy. You're a foot taller. Yay. Everybody's taller. I'm short. I mean, to me, 5'6" is short for me, but it is what it is. You can't change your gene pool. So there's that. But when you're taking your kids to the doctor, be very careful. They make you take your kids. Like, you think you should take your kids for checks. You probably shouldn't take your kids to the doctor unless there's a problem. Because I'll tell you what, your kids are I'm a popcorn pig too. That is my biggest vice. I have to eat a little bit and then throw the bag out, because you know what? 5'1". Aw, sweet. 5 feet. We got a couple of, I hate water weight. Me too. Me too. You know what? Lymphatic massage. 5'6" Virgo, you know what I mean then, Scott girl, with the scale. I can't blame the dryer for this. I wouldn't take my kids to checkups again, ever again. If you run or bodybuild, BMI, exactly. I'm a popcorn pig. Wink, wink. Thank you all for the super chats, y'all. Thank you so much. 6'2" female, excellent. That's my dream in a lifetime, to be just like that in heels, and a dominatrix with a whip. Next life. 5'3". Well, I think anywhere from 5 feet to 5, 6, 7 is pretty normal. I mean, it's normal in your family. You know, I think it really depends on your relatives, truthfully. So wait, 8'9" Aries. Okay, sure. Anyhow, 5'7", 94 pounds. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's very slight in weight. 5'6" Capricorn. Okay, so that's good. But let's see. Got y'all beat. 4'10". Excellent. 4'10". You can wear big high heels until you get older and you realize you can't wear high heels anymore. So here's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about this for a second. Then I'm going to talk not nonsense, okay? Generation X. Yeah, I'm Generation X, right? I am. I'm after the baby boomers, so I'm Generation X. And my kids are tall, but I guess, well, Keithy's dead, but Jason is tall and Keith was tall. So I think I don't know what Jason is. Is he, I wear shoes to get safety over speed bumps. Yeah, generation millennial. How old are they? From like 80, 85 on? Is that it? You know, right. I'm Generation X. So, you know, all the jokes about Generation X. No one fucking watched us. Nobody checked in on us. There was no cell phones. We ran the streets wild for a long time, right? So, yeah, anyway, yeah, no TV. Get the fuck out of the house. X, Generation X. That's it. Woo woo. Yeah, Generation X. So it's pretty funny. Nobody paid. My parents did not know where I was. They never knew. I think you're still Generation X. They never knew where I was, and my mouth was really, really big. Like I was causing problems when I was little in school, and I always spoke out. That's why people want to gag me. That's why I have hecklers on here, Generation X, right? I feel everyone's getting shorter. There are a lot of short people in the world, but again, it's genetics, so you can't really help it. Some people do. There are some people that buy growth hormone for their kids, which is like, wow. 61, I think that's still, no, you're baby boomer, 64, right? They label us. I'm Generation X, and I'm like a fuck you. That's Generation X isn't really scared of anything because we were latchkey kids. We were, you know, I wasn't a latchkey kid in particular, but no one watched my ass on the weekend. Like seriously, nobody knew where I was, and they never checked. There was no calling of the parents. Like, hi, is my child coming to your house for the weekend? They would just fucking oh, you're a baby, James. They would just drop my ass at a house, and you know, I'd run through the house and my friend and out the back door, and I was gone. Nobody knew where I was. Okay, 78, definitely Generation X. 84, I think might be millennial, but let's see, latchkey. Yeah, most of them. I mean, as I said, my mom would send my brother and I to the movie theater, and we would sit for hours alone in the movie theater in a different country watching the movies. But yeah, I think 82, I think you're still Generation X. 65 is the beginning, right? It's the end of the baby boomers. I forget. They have all of the stuff. Well, no, parents were working, parents were drunk, whatever they were doing, right? They were crazy. Just the whole generation. I mean, we didn't have all the cell phones and call your mom and do this stuff like that. But what I was going to talk about, because I can't shut my mouth. Okay, so hello, Neil Young. Speaking of Canadians, sounds like a comedy act. Okay, Neil Young. Neil Young. Neil Young is a bot bitch. Besides being Sasquatch, Neil Young. Okay, so I'm going to read this. I sent it to myself on my other phone. First off, Neil Young sells 50% of his entire catalog to a UK investment fund. The deal gives Hypnosis the rights to worldwide copyright and income interest to 1,180 songs composed by Young, by Neil, by Sasquatch. Okay. Then, so he received approximately $150 million from that. Now, I want you to know why Neil Young's doing what he's doing. Then, Blackstone, no, sorry, wrong one. Okay, so Blackstone, the company, merged with Hypnosis in 2021, October, and they launched a partnership to invest in songs. What are songs? Songs are vibrations. Songs are frequencies. So these bitches granded together. Now, for the piece de la resistance, Blackstone announces the appointment of Jeffrey B. Kindler, the former chairman and CEO of Pfizer. So bitch Neil Young got a payoff from somebody who's running a company, bought his music, that formerly worked at Pfizer until 2020. He's a bot bitch, okay? He's a bot bitch. Do you see? Bot bitch. Yes, look that shit up. Bot. He's bought, paid, bends over, greases it on up, takes it. That's why he's blabbering. So he's mind controlled. At home, he's got his little check for 150 million, which I don't blame him. Take the money. I'm not saying don't take the money. What I am saying is stop being political, because you can't be trusted, because you've taken a buyout. Who's Neil Young? Look up Neil Young. Because you should not be speaking, because you're agendized to the ump mode. Oh yeah, Barry Manilow. Okay, Barry Manilow. Knock, knock. Hello, Barry Manilow. Are you still in that face? I mean, who is that guy? Yeah, no one cares about Barry Manilow. Copacabana. No one cares. Anyway, he probably sold his record things as well, right? That's probably what he did. So they all sell them. I'm not saying they don't need money. Fine. You want money? You want to sell it. Awesome. Sell the shit. And this is what they do when they resell. I want you guys to know it. So when they resell their catalogs, like the Beatles, like Michael Jackson, didn't Paul McCartney buy Michael Jackson's catalog? Something like that. I know. La 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 la. Copacabana. I feel like I should have puffy sleeves on. Pirate sleeves. Puffy sleeves. I didn't agree to wear the puffy sleeves. Frank Gumble talking to Seinfeld on the show. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Not a fanalo. Anyhow, all of that aside, if you're going to speak politics, make sure you're not a hypocrite. No, Jack bought the Beatles catalog. Thank you. I said that back. Okay, got it backwards. So and Joni Mitchell, I was just texting a friend of mine and he was saying, does Joni Mitchell, Morgellons disease? I thought Neil Young was dead. He's going to want to be dead after this. Yeah, Morgellons. I've been kicked off of Twitter for years when I brought up Jeffrey Epstein's island being both satanic and pedophilic for ritual and for sexual pleasure of these men and women in the industry in order for them to obtain ritual sacrifice in order to elevate their status in our society. Yeah, Morgellons or however you say that. Exactly. Yeah, she has that. Joni Mitchell has that. So she could be crazy too, or whatever. It could have affected her brain. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she's doing it. We'll see. Let's see. People say this stuff about everyone. No, 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 no. I'm not saying it about from the Virgin Islands. I know what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. I'm not stupid. And by the way, you should know what Jeffrey Epstein was doing as well. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in jail, the toughest jail in the country, while the guards took a nap and the computer camera broke down. So that should fucking tell you something, right? That should tell you something. Anyway, they do it for satanic ritual too. And satanic ritual goes on here in the United States. It's not Morgellons. I can't say that right. Satanic ritual goes on here in the United States as well. Don't ever kid yourself. I've been running totally murder. I mean, yeah, no, he was murdered. Epstein was murdered. Yeah, he committed suicide again. Like, I am a tall runway model. Okay, exactly. Pizzagate. So let me explain that because I get so many people yelling at me, hey, you believe in Pizzagate. Okay, once again, we're going to go all the way over this because you just sent me on a tangent. So here you go, trolls. Come on, trolls. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out. Okay, so anyway, Pizzagate. What is Pizzagate? Pizzagate, okay, Pizzagate goes all the way back to Hillary Clinton and Seth Rich. Now, Seth Rich worked for the DNC, but he worked for Bernie Sanders, okay? So he wanted old man Bernie. Old man, look at I'm sorry. I'm singing a Neil Young song. Anyway, he wanted Bernie Sanders to win. When he found out that somebody in his own party, Hillary Clinton, had sabotaged Bernie Sanders, Seth Rich, age 32, 33, or 34 at the time, took it upon himself to take a download of 60,000 emails off the Clinton's computer and the other DNC members that got in the way of Bernie Sanders. Seth Rich is doing this to him. Like, he's just like, fuck that bitch. I'm going to fucking take all the emails. Not thinking that there's anything in there other than probably some bullshit, some scamming, some whatever. I know Neil Young, right? Oh my God. Anyway, so then Seth Rich took this disc of downloaded 60,000 emails and gave it to Julian Assange for WikiLeaks. Julian Assange just took stuff, paperwork, just think Watergate, paperwork and shit, and published it. He didn't take it. He published it. So when they published all of these DNC bullshit emails, there was so many conversations from our world leaders, okay, where they talked about pizza. Are you coming for pizza? Did you leave the scarf by the pizza? Did you have pizza with the pillow? Do you have 60,000 hot dogs? Are we having pizza for dinner? Can we have pizza? I like cheese pizza. I want meatball pizza. I don't know, whatever, okay? So then Julian Assange is like, what the fuck is all this conversation about fucking food? Because truthfully, they work for us, not the other way. John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, the DNC, all of these people. Well, Obama, Barry, Barack, Hussein, Obama, Osama bin Laden, whatever his name is, Walnut Sauce, whatever his name is, all of these Washington, D.C. people went to the Comet Ping Pong Pizza. Comet Ping Pong Pizza is just a fucking pizza joint owned by, what's his name, Alefantis, whatever his first name is, who is really a Rothschild, okay? Or a Rockefeller. No, I think he's a Rothschild. James Alefantis. James Alefantis, enter the picture with your butt beads around the baby's necks and a price tag right beside a little baby's face for $35,000 with butt beads around its neck. What he's saying there is, there's this cute baby. Look at my cute baby. Price tag, okay? Obviously, they were not selling kids out of Comet Ping Pong Pizza. It was way too small an establishment. It was impossible. But what they were doing is they were sending out, just think of a stripper line and think of a company that sells escorts and strippers. Ring, ring. Yes, I'd like a tall brunette. And I would like her to come to my house because I need her to show up for dinner. So she needs to be well versed in French. Do you have a girl like that? Oh, it'll cost me $15,000 for the night. Great. Send her to this address. It was a cab hub for sending out children. Okay. And when people, no, it's not fake. The way that they presented it in the media was to make you seem stupid if you mention it. That's what they do. They call you a fucking dummy, right? They call you a dummy when you bring it up. That's what they do. So they sold or procured their product, which happened to be children, through that hub stop, just like in airlines. You call up an airline, Southwest, I want to fly to fucking New Mexico, you know? So that's what that was. Then the media had to run rickshaw all over the mainstream population and have that guy run in there and go, my God, they're selling children out of the basement. No, you dumb fuck. They're answering the phone there and these fuckers are meeting. And James Alefantis, who shut down his Instagram, I have all the copies. I have them on 6 different discs. So all of the shit they try to erase off the internet, I have every single thing logged. I have every single thing kept in 3 different spots. So fuck you, internet, and saying it doesn't believe. But that's what they were doing. But it really stems from Hillary Clinton and herself, a brutal, cankled woman. Okay, I feel sorry for her cankles. But anyway, a brutal, cankled woman trying to block dumbass Bernie Sanders. If she hadn't fucking done that, right? If she hadn't done that, then Seth Rich, right? He wouldn't have gone and stolen that. What happened to Seth Rich? He got 2 bullets in the back of the head. I guess he committed suicide. You know what I mean? Oh my God, right? So if he hadn't have done that, but he did it, okay, because he didn't like that Hillary got in the way of Bernie. So he wanted Bernie. He worked for Bernie. They're all in the Democrats, right? And Bernie's more of a, I don't know, moderate liberal, or I don't know what he calls himself. But anyway, that's what happened. Have you ever seen Paleface wearing, I got to look at that. Oh, Ken Starr. Okay. Ken Starr. Excuse me. Hello, Monica Lewinsky. We're going to kidnap you, fucking kidnapping, and you're going to tell us about the dress with the sperm on it. Okay. First of all, Linda, whatever your name was, now you burn in hell. Get out of your friend's closet and don't steal the fucking dress with, the whatever on it, Linda Tripp. Like, what is wrong with you? Obviously, she was a plant designed to befriend Monica, 20-something years her junior. That's what that was, okay? Oh, okay. They killed him in the hospital. Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, and they stole nothing, it said in the report. 2 gunshots to the head for no fucking reason. That's a warning to everybody else. But Linda Tripp is, yes, frazzle drip is real. Pedivores are real. Chrome and Andro is real. Frazzle dip is a thing. That's why they all wear it on their t-shirts. They think they're fucking funny. Hidden in plain sight. Mocking you, mocking me. They mock us. They think we're funny. It's all reversed. That's why they tell you they care for your health. And if you ever look at the food pyramid, what they told you to eat 55 servings of bread a day, that's never healthy. Bread is a filler. There's no value. So they want you to get diabetes so that you can go into the hospital and keep getting, big fatty, get your diabetes, get your insulin, and keep on the pharmaceutical, whatever, right? Let's see. That's what they do. That's what they do. Kelowna in the house. So yeah, John Todd's interview. Exactly. So Linda Tripp, asshole that she is, was a complete paid off prostitute. And I have more respect for prostitutes on the street that have to make a living than that woman, because that woman set up Monica Lewinsky. Now jump back to 1995. I want to say 1990. I know it's really hard to stop. I try not to eat bread, but I did have a piece of garlic bread last night. I limit myself to 8 chips in a Mexican restaurant and a piece of garlic bread. Yeah. That's how you just don't gain a shit ton of weight. Just saying. Because I used to eat bags of the chips in the restaurant. John Goodman is Linda Tripp. Yeah. Disturbing. Go back to 1995 and the conception of George Magazine. Go back to JFK Jr., the cute Sagittarius in the family. Me and John are talking at dinner, and John's like, how is Jackie O a style icon? I'm like, she's not. She was wearing curtains, and that's how dumb we are. We're like, this woman is a fucking style icon. No, she's not. She's an okay looking person, but there's nothing about her that's stylish. She's just an average looking housewifey woman that wore drapes with a purse that matched. That's all. Anyhow, I mean, I'm not saying she was good or bad, but anyway, JFK Jr., now that's a fucking style icon. And there he ran all over New York City like a happy sad, shirt off, catching the basketball, 6'2", curly hair, hot as shit. Hot as shit. You know what I mean? Like he was like, love that guy. Anyway, no, she wasn't pretty. I don't think she was pretty either. If you're going to judge me against Jacqueline Kennedy, I don't want to look like her. Sorry. She's from a family. Her son, fantastic. Her son, brilliant. Her son, delicious. Okay? That's her son. But her son went on. No, he was fucking great looking. Even John's like, that JFK Jr. was attractive. I'm like, you gay? He was so cute. No, he was really nice. And he was athletic. He was always doing sports. He was always on his scooter, his bike, his shit, rollerblading. I mean, he was cute. Jackie's eyes were too close together. But anyway, it was just whatever it was. He was amazing. However, he does talk on which one was it? I want to say Jay Leno, but I might be wrong. It might be Johnny Carson. He says, JFK Jr., this is my magazine, George. And I may burn in hell for this, is what he said. I have ADHD. Like John. My kids were like that. I'm like that. I never sit still. Anyway, no, the Kennedy women are cursed with the stick. You know, the stick that goes around in our family too. Yeah. The boys, beautiful. The women, trolls. No offense to any woman in the Kennedy family. There's got to be a cute one though. Anyway, I know. Daryl Hannell is now with who? Neil Young. Yeah, that's right. Daryl Hannah and Neil Young got married. Oh my God. Anyway, JFK Jr. talks about Monica Lewinsky at age 9. Listen to this. Writing an essay that he published, and he says, I'm probably going to burn in hell for this. So I don't know if he was one of them and they took him out or he was fighting against it, but he published an article written by Monica Lewinsky at age 9, where she talks about being a party dinner, a pizza, okay, and being passed around because she was yummy. She wrote that. Google it, whatever they said about it. Okay. So what even he is saying, I'm going to burn in hell for this. And there you go. We have little Monica Lewinsky, who turns out to be take down the president. But okay, so I don't care if Bill Clinton gets a BJ under the Oval Office or under the table. But I'm serious. That was in 95. And so Monica is set up in a family where she's sent in to take down Bill Clinton. Now, what I loved about Bill Clinton, and I mean this sincerely, I fucking love that guy wore 1970s little shorts with the cut up the side and ran through the McDonald's drive-through to get French fries after he went jogging. Okay, I'm sorry. I like that image. I thought, now that's the president for me. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That guy's my president because he's going to get the French fries and he's wearing the 70s booty shorts with the thing. I'm sorry, it was a great visual. Okay. And he would be like just running through there high as a kite on cocaine, getting them, in style. Exactly. Getting them French fries. And I was like, he's all right, But I know that he's not. Now jump ahead to 92, 90, might even be 93, 94, and we have Al Gore, which they've taken off of the internet. We have Al Gore. I remember it. I was alive and I was watching TV back then. Al Gore getting caught in Georgia, I think, or leaving Georgia, but going through the airport security with a briefcase full of vials of what? Yes, not red colored collagen, but chrome and andro together. Okay. So there's that. All right. Yeah. The vials of blood. They've wiped it off the internet. Snopes has said it's fake. It's not fake. I was there. They said that bloated faced fucking climate changing liar was going through the airport with a briefcase full of vials of blood. And I remember thinking, is he a needle juggie? Why does he need this? Right? Because he was drinking the Kool-Aid. You do remember that. No, see, people my age remember that. He's a glutton. That skin tone of his, when you see the skin like that, no, I don't think JFK, Al Gore, I man, bear, pig. Exactly. But I don't believe JFK is alive at the moment. But those are things that happen and they can't take that away. I heard it. Okay. I'm not stupid. I wasn't high or drunk. I had my kids. I don't think I had Keith. I think it was before I had Keith. It was before 95. But that's what happened to Al Gore when he was running against the Clintons and Bush or whatever. And he was whining about the hanging chads. You remember that? So it has to be like 93, 94. Hanging chads, Al Gore. George Bush they didn't count the votes right in Florida. Shut up, you bloated bitch. I mean, that's when he got busted with that, okay? He was running. What was he drinking? And he's a pig. So exactly what is chrome and andro? Well, let's explain it to you, okay? Because you can look it up on the internet. It is a thing. It is a thing. So what it is if you have... Oh, that was 2000. Okay, then I had both my kids. Thank you. I forget when it was. I knew it was sometime then. Thank you, George Bush. Chrome and andro. Okay, so when you have... First of all, let's go back to occult ritual. Let's go back to Aleister Crowley. Let's go back to what they believe, Luciferians. They believe the energy of the newborn, the young, the babies, okay, the children, they believe that energy is so strong and so pure because remember, these people don't have a decent bone in their body. They are basically taught to do their good deeds to outweigh their bad. So they are fake all the way along. They believe that children hold the key to energetic success. So they use, yes, Chris, yes. So they use children through sodomy. And I'm going to say it's a sodomy ritual. Don't come for me. I'm not talking about gay people. They've mushed it together so the gay people feel threatened when you say that. But this is a sodomy ritual to come through the backside of the chakra system okay? And to open up through the spinal column, which goes all the way up your backside through the crown chakra, to attach energetically to your energy. That's an occult thing, not a gay or straight thing, okay? People are gay and that's fine. They're having sex the way that they have sex because they want to. I'm not talking about that. This is different. So this is why you see why I got kicked off of Facebook in the Catholic Church. You see so many priests doing this. They encourage it. Jerry Sandusky doing this. They encourage this, okay? They encourage it. Now, once they hook on to a child's energy, there's two things they can do with a child. They can raise the child to be Britney Spears or a Kardashian, okay? So they can split their personality by doing the sodomy ritual and, you know, good reinforcement. Here's a cookie, you were a good girl, and then locking them in the room and shutting, you know, disappearing so the baby cries in a crib for weeks on end until the parent comes back in and gives them another cookie, and then the baby's like, my mommy loves me. So they can do that, you know, intermittent reinforcement like they do, narcissists do to their lovers. Give them a smidgen of anything and the baby's so happy. These are little babies under the age of 4. Or they can take the baby Hillary Clinton style. If anybody votes for that, they can take votes for Cankles over there. Cankles Clinton. Sorry, that's mean, but that's what I'm going to call. That's my new nickname for her. Fettuccine and Cankles Clinton, okay? Nothing's wrong with being tall and good looking. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. But I'm just saying Cankles Clinton. Anyway, so people like her and Uma Abedin, those people like to take the young ones that are new, 8 months, whatever, scare the shit out of them to answer your question about what chrome and adreno is. So you have adrenaline glands. When you're running a race or a cougar's chasing you, not a woman, an actual cat's chasing your ass or a bear, your adrenaline's up, or a person with a gun. You're like, oh my God. And your heartbeat rates and your blood pumps like crazy. Adrenaline rush. Jump out of an airplane, you know, speed down a hill, cocaine, adrenaline rush. So they hurt the child, steal the adrenal glands, and then ingest them for their own drug pleasure. The drug is very similar to, what do they give you when you have allergies? Epinephrine. So it's a speed, and they get addicted to the speed, okay? Clinton's daughter looks like a Muppet. She's a Muppet. I mean, I don't even think, she looks like Bert over there, or Ernie. Which one's Hillary? Bert. No, Bill's Bert. Hillary's Ernie. Anyway, yes, exactly. And look what happened to Phil Hartman. His coked up wife shot him in the head. Anyway, that was a ritual, and then she took herself out. So understand, epinephrine, which is now at $600 a pen. So if your child has asthma and is allergic to peanuts, allergic to shellfish, allergic to anything, you're paying that much money because these elites, these guzzling, self-worshipping pieces of shit, literally are buying up all the epinephrine. So there is a shortage on it. Adrenal glands are on the kidneys. They take the glands from the throat. The adrenal system is liver, kidneys, and adrenal glands, but they get also through the throat area. So they get them in that way, okay? So they do that. That's what they do. But the blood pumps up like that, whatever they take through the back of the neck too. But actually your whole adrenal system is your kidneys, your liver, and your adrenal glands. Cocaine rips that down. But they like this feel, and apparently it makes them look, and endocrine system, yes. And apparently it makes them feel like they can do anything and that they're so special and that people like them. So Cankles Clinton is running for office. But this is what they do, and people don't want to believe it. They want to call you crazy. They want to call you names. So here's my Clinton needs, yeah, she needs, well, I think she might have like lipedema or something. She probably just needs lipo down there, whatever, and like whatever. So they do that. What about the lymphatic system? Probably they eat everything. I mean, they're cannibals too, you know. Um, yeah, tattoos can be adrenaline, anything like that that raises your for me, running, running does that at a certain point. So they're modern day vampires, exactly, and they use that as a drug. So our country is being run by a bunch of soulless, vacant people who find it funny to run around on speed or whatever. Wait, chroma. I don't know that one. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's all about their power and their yes, they love the brown skinned babies. I've been yelled at for that. And I'm going to tell you a story. Now, I've told this story. I was fucking shocked. I was invited to a party with a friend, acquaintance, and there were many famous people. Some women worked with Bill Gates at this party, okay? So, but there were famous actresses, famous people, famous women married to famous people in sports, okay? I was just an employee. I was just reading. And I didn't eat any food. Anyway, I was talking to one of the women, and she told me to my face, I'm not crazy, and she told me that she found her son, who was a black child, not like her. She's a white woman with white children. And then I never saw this black kid. So when I was reading her, I was like, wait, you have a son, another one, that does not look like the rest of your family. And she thought her daughter told me. Okay. So she thought that the other daughter that I read told me, but she didn't tell me. Hi, Ashley. She didn't tell me, right? She didn't tell me this. So I said, no, I'm picking up that this child, did you adopt a child? And then she proceeded to tell me she went to a party and this kid was about 4 at the time. Think eyes wide shut. She went to a party and she couldn't find the mother of this little boy in his diaper. This cute little boy is running around the party in his little diaper. And she's like, there's no mom. So I said to her, being naive and stupid, were you in a crack house? She didn't look like she did crack, but I was like, were you in a crack house? Were you in a crack house? Like, if you can't find the mother, and she's like, she looked at me oddly and she's like, no, I was in the Hollywood Hills. And I'm like, you were in the Hollywood Hills? Like, that sounds weird, right? Like, what? I said, was it a crack house in the Hollywood Hills? Because if you're in the Hollywood Hills and you're fucking at a party and there's, a baby running around in a diaper without his mommy, I'm assuming they're all on crack, right? This is what I'm thinking. She's looking at me like I'm a weirdo, and I'm like, so how did you get this baby? And she goes, well, we never could find the mother, so I took him home. Okay. First of all, social services, the government, somebody, and I hate to bring them up, but like, it's not your child. So it was a fancy crack out. She took the kid. The kid is now hers. What is that? Pay for play. Husband, very, very connected, billionaire husband. I'm just going to say that. No, that's a true story. I heard that to my face while I was at the dinner table talking to this person. And then my Tourette's got me because I could not stop saying the word Satanist. I'm like, do you know about the Satanists? Do you know about the Satanists? Are there Satanists? Have you seen the Satanists? I kept doing it. I was like, shut up, shut up. So I do shit like that. And I also noticed at another party I went to, it was a gourmet crack house. I also noticed at another party I went to, there was a young girl in the back and she did not come out and talk to anybody, but she wanted to ask me about babies, right? Like when she was going to get pregnant. And I was like, do you have a boyfriend? Because I didn't pick up a boyfriend. And she's like, no, but they want me to have a baby. She was a sex slave. She was a part Asian girl and she was kept in the back. And she was kind of like delusional, like they want me to have a baby. I'm like, who the fuck wants you to have a baby? What are you, 17? Like, who? Your boyfriend? Tell your boyfriend to fucking hold off on it, right? Like I'm talking to her. And she's talking like romanticizing it, right? So I was like, yeah, I did see her getting pregnant, but she was a young girl. She was darling cute, but she wasn't allowed out with the others. And I was like, And it took me a while this a few years ago. It's like, she was definitely brainwashed. Looking back on it, Now here's the thing, looking back on it, it was a real eye opener, okay, for me, that God showed me what was really going on, because now I could put it like that. Okay, now I could put it like that. I could put it into context of what I was seeing, because I really was like, why does this bitch want a baby, this little girl? I was like, what is that? So, oh my God, Tracy, thank you so much. Baby Farms, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. So I was like, I don't understand. Like, I just couldn't understand. Like, what boyfriend are you, like, what boyfriend are you talking about? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. And I was like, I did not understand what was going on. I know Tracy is so generous, right? I'll get some hair extensions, Tracy. I'm kidding. I'm not getting hair extensions. They'll pull on my head. Then what? Then what? And then what? But it was interesting at this party because that girl was kept in the back, and I happened to wander around and she wanted me to read her, and I was like, okay, but these people and their appearance is, you would love them. Icons from the 70s and 80s, people you would love, totally famous. You probably have their pictures in your room, male and female, sports legends, all kinds of shit. And they're all having nice dinner parties, which I'm smart enough to know not to eat at, because I will never eat at anyone's house like that, because I don't know what I'm eating and I won't do it. So I will drink water out of a bottle with a lid that I can open, okay? Oh, she came through one of my acquaintances. I was hired. I get hired to do parties. I get hired to do a lot of, you'd be surprised at the fucking parties I get hired to do. Of course, I'm psychic, and psychic is entertainment. A lot of us psychics have seen it. I mean, you talk to Deanna, she's seen a lot. She's up there with huge people too. We get hired to do, in fact, we get hired to do stuff. I'm already booked in the coming Christmas season for parties. So we get hired. But it's very interesting when you're at a party to understand what is going on at the party and to look at it, to go back. I mean, they're not going to do it in front of you, but you are mingling with them, because God always puts his children in the counterbalance to the beast system balance. So understand that. We get hired. SRA abuse. Absolutely. Thank you, Lori, for that. Yeah, you've done tarot. There, Biker Babe. You've done tarot parties. Exactly. I hate reading at corporate. Oh my God, the corporate party I read at, oh my God. Anyway, they were all high on cocaine, and it was one of your fast food chicken people. And they were the most fucked up bunch of executives. Fucked up bunch of executives, all on cocaine, all fucking each other, all married to other people. Like, and then just filming their little chicken commercials. I was like, whoa, you people are some fucked up people. No, seriously, it just really, but I'm going to read them. I mean, I'm doing a job, right? So at the time I was earning money. That's how I made my living. So that's what I was doing. But I do get invited, and there are people, like, you walk up and you go into their world at that point. So I can't really, no, it wasn't Colonel Sanders. You can't really stop them from living their lives, but it is a peek behind the veil. It is a peek behind the veil to see what these people do in order to understand what you're actually speaking about. Like, I've actually seen it now. So it's kind of interesting. It's very interesting. So for me, it's hi, Bobby. Bobby, I did another 14 miles and 87, whatever, 14.87. That's what I did. Anyway, so my water is freezing. Get out of the bath. Out of the bath right now. She's naked in the bath. We got Nora in the bath naked. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad you don't do drugs. Yeah, well, I don't do drugs. I don't have a need to do drugs. If you heal your trauma, you don't need to do drugs. With Keith, people ask me that. I have a lovely little client ask me, did you go to a therapist? I go, honestly, what is the therapist going to tell me about my son that died unless their son died? They're not going to tell me anything about my son that died, because you can't get over that. So I already know that. So I will live my life accordingly. And when I die, then I will see my son again. I'm not going to get high or drunk the whole way, because that's not going to help me. So I don't know. Yeah, almost 15 miles. It depends on what watch you're wearing. So do you ever tell people how No, I don't tell. No, you know why? Well, you can't. I mean, you could help me if I was drunk or high, I guess. Yeah, Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you so much for that. But so who ate the baby? Yes, right? Seinfeld. The dingo ate the baby. Not funny. That's a true story in Australia. They blame the mother, but it was actually a dingo, which is like a coyote dog. The dingo ate your baby. I know, right? Anyway, Cato sent coffee. I love Cato. He's like a tiger cat. You should ask Bobby to see a picture of Cato. Yeah, they say time is a healer, but not for the loss of your child. You learn how to function, but not a day goes by that you don't think of your child in truth, right? Dingoes are pretty vicious. The dingo ate the baby. That's a Seinfeld thing. The dingo ate the baby. But yeah, I mean, they say time heals. I'm not going to be not healed from that. John was never healed from Jimmy dying. So it's not something I don't. Yes, I did meet Larry David. I told that story. That was on a Fox game show where I played a psychic and totally fucked up the whole game show because I didn't get one thing right. But Larry David sat beside me. He was up for the hosting position. And I was wearing a little turquoise mini skirt and 6-inch turquoise heels. And I was like, oh my God, he's going to see my fat legs. So I had to turn my legs like this. I don't know why I wore the mini skirt. I'm just saying. And it was Larry David right there. But actually, he was a nice guy. But anyway, that was that. Larry David, Seinfeld creator. Exactly. So, Stefan. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. What happened? Yes, I know a lot of sons are being killed, being whatever, ending up dead. I think with grief, I don't think you're going to get over it. I don't believe you can heal it. I believe you can deal with your life and your trauma. That's what I believe you can deal with. And I forgot to say this. When I was borrowing, whose car was I borrowing? I want to say, I think I borrowed Keith's car to drive down there. My car was in the shop. And so when the producers walked me out to the car, they opened the car door and it wafted like weed. Because my Keithy would always be hotboxing in the car when he was a little kid. Not little, young, at that pot age. Anyway, I just remember them looking and I'm like, oh no, I don't smoke weed. And they were like, sure. Sure you don't. Sure you don't, right? So yeah, anyway, I know Kenny Kramer. Anyway, that's what happened. Wait, did you miss USA Die? I did miss you. I have no idea. I don't know. But anyway, I know it was like a weed car. I had to drive down there. I was like, oh my God, whatever. Anyway, he lent me the car, cute Keithy. He didn't even care because he knew, whatever, all his friends, them weed smokers, them pot smokers. Anyhow, when he started running, he stopped doing that a lot. I know. I was like, what the fuck? I'm just trying to get to an appointment to get paid to do this shit on this show. And I'm in the weedmobile. It's Cheech and Chong going down the highway, only I don't smoke it. But anyway, this was a long time ago. Yeah, Keithy, I know. Keithy was hotboxing in the car. The cops called me that night, and I did bitch slap him. I had to act like a mom. I don't really care what my kids did. My kids had it all wrong. I just was a parent, their parent, so it was my obligation to keep them and make them think that, you can't have a bunch of girls in the house having sex and you can't, do a bunch of fucking drugs. That's my job to do that. But ultimately, they're going to do what they want to do. Yeah, exactly. So fire them up. But they thought I was the weed smoker. They thought this bitch is smoking a lot of fucking filthy ass weed in this car. And I was like, no, I'm not. But no one believes you. They think you're crazy, not that it matters, but they think you're fucking crazy. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I didn't really care. The truth is, but I had to act strict like that because you cannot friend your children like that. You have to set a message. I hate my mother. That's hilarious. I hated my mother too. My mother is psychotic. But anyway, I had to set an example that they at least had something to bounce off because there was no one else going to tell them to fucking calm their asses down. You know what I mean? So that's what that was just that. But getting back to these parties, when you're called, yeah, they'll walk all over you if you don't. I had to act cranky and the kids were afraid and they didn't come to our house because your mom hates drugs. I'm still hearing this. After Keith died and I got his social media, because I'm a bitch like that, they were all like, well, we know how you feel about that. Do you? No, you don't. I just want my kids' pictures. I just want my fucking kids' pictures. And y'all ain't gonna steal his phone. Bitch, I got the phone. Yeah, and they hated it. They hated that I took that phone, but I got it. I did. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, yeah, they'll walk over. They're men. They'll walk over you. They'll they'll walk over you. I didn't care what I saw on my kid's phone, and I saw an eyeful. Trust me. Stop sexting people, y'all. You young kids. No one wants to see. Just imagine if you die and your mom gets a hold of your phone and your naked hoo-ha is out there. I'm just saying. Fucking young kids, watch that shit. This is me. Deanna was with me and one of the memories came up and she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh. And I was like, fuck. I said, no, we're not erasing anything off the phone. So anyway, I know, right? So no, these young, I know, right? It doesn't matter. I saw him when he was born and I saw him when he was dead. I don't care. I just wanted the pictures that don't have that. You should shudder to think the shit I saw. I was like, oh my God, it wasn't too bad. It's just the sexting things that they do with their girlfriends and stuff. So anyway, when Paige looked at it, she's like, oh, I remember this. And I'm like, please go over there and look at it over there. So anyway, yeah, they wait, like they don't think shit is seeable. I know. I didn't care though. I love my son. So anything that he chose to do, I don't care. I don't care what he chose to do. So if I'd have let them, they tried to steal the phone from me. They tried to talk me out of the phone. They tried to bully me out of the phone. They tried to steal the SIM card out of the phone. I just fucking canceled the SIM card, transferred it to a Magic Jack, had the passcode sent to that, and got back into the fucking social media, you dumb fucks. Anyway, so there's that. Oh, your daughter sent a meme to you that was like horrifying. I sent it to people. Bobby, remember that? Bobby sends me this Thanksgiving meme. And I'm just like, oh my fucking God, what am I looking at? Do you remember that, Bobby? And that came from her daughter. Came from her daughter to her. And then I sent it to all my friends. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It was pretty funny. Yeah, the turkey meme, you know. I sent that all over. I sent it all. I can't show it on here. Literally, we'll get arrested. Oh my God. Bobby sends it. And I sent it to Arlene and Carol. Estelle was fucking dying laughing. Okay. She kept texting me. This is the funniest fucking thing I've seen. Oh my God. Oh God. It was so funny. It's just a certain female part of the body and it was completely naked. And I think it was airbrushed on there. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. I can't. Anyhow. That's what it was. This is so like whatever. Anyway, Bobby sent it. And I think I was driving Bobby and I think John was in the car and I'm like, look, turkey power lips. Exactly. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Right. Bobby's like, I've never seen that before. You know what? You know what I'm talking about. Bobby's like, does that exist? I go, I don't know. Oh my God. No, you have to see it. I just couldn't stop laughing. So anyway, serious face now. Yeah, airbrush. It's so legal. Okay, yeah, it had to be airbrush on there, but I could not. And who was the girl that they airbrushed it onto? Yes, it's fucking hilarious. I'm just like, now I'm a lesbian. I don't even know why I'm looking at this. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my God, I'm not a lesbian. Don't start that rumor, please. Okay, so anyway, I was cracking up laughing. It's just, no, it's really funny. I'm frightened to Google it. Google it. You'll know it when you see it. You'll know it. And I think it makes turkey noise. Okay, I'm going to stop. Anyhow, when people in Hollywood, Jen, the turkey power, exactly. When people in Hollywood have their parties, they always hire psychics. So they hire psychics. So we get invited into a lot of parties. There's a lot of things I see. There was some, parties I used to do for people that were from Mexico, and they would fly their entertainment in for the parties, and they would have, like, one time I showed up at their parties, and I kid you not, it might have been an all-girl party, so they had porn playing in every room. So, like, as the psychic, I'm walking in and there's porn on every TV in the room, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know, I just gotta go with it, right? So I'm like, I'm going in with it. I'm like, this is great. And so then they have male servants, this is true, male servants wearing little tiny booty shorts, right? As a kid, I was diagnosed as a kid, but I'm not on any medicine. So they had all of the male waiters in teeny tiny Speedo shorts, teeny tiny, right? And so I go over to the guy, I go, how do you like this shit, right? Like, for you, I wanted to free the men out of this party, okay? Yeah, I seriously want to free, no, why though? I don't know, I'm just hired entertainment. See, and it still hurts, Barb, I'm sorry. Yeah, it does. Anyway, so they would have teeny tiny weeny baby little shorts on, cute looking boys, and they'd be cooking, and I'm thinking to myself, you're gonna get that all over your chest, like it's gonna burn the shit out of you. Exactly. So then this was the best. So there's a whole table full of cake, and I'm like, oh my God, cake. I'm like, cake. And I'm like, there's cake. And I almost shoved the cake in my mouth before the nice little man came over and he said to me, that's weed cake. And I'm like, then I better not eat this big a piece. And so I had to wait for the other cake to come out, the other food. They had barbecued, and they had, no, that was all weed or whatever kind of cake, drugged cake. I couldn't, I mean, I would have eaten a huge piece. So I put the cake back. I'm like, yeah, it's all edibles. So now when I go to these parties, I'm like, is this edibles or is this real food? So I'm like, because we're going to have to call 911 if it's edibles, because I will lose my motherfucking mind, right? So no. Anyhow, like Playboy. So it was like, this table was all that. They barbecue out there and they have beautiful food. But the piece de la resistance, okay, I love weed cake, allegedly. The piece de resistance was, there I am, and I'm reading for the women and the bride and the whoever, maybe it was a bachelor party, I don't know, bachelorette party, can't remember. And I'm reading, and then I see the waiters in their booty underwear tied to a chair, I'm not joking you. They asked me if I wanted to play, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to play this game. So they put masks on. Get a load of this. This is like 8 years. They put masks on. These were penis masks. I am not fucking joking. These are masks with penises. No, I'm not kidding. There is such a thing. So the men tied to the chair. Now I'm thinking, oh shit, what am I in? How do I get out of here? I got 2 more hours to make my money. I got to be here for 2 more hours, right? Because they usually hire you from like 3 to 5 hours. So, so anyway, the girls with the penis masks on would stand, and the guy waiters tied to the chair with pies in their crotch. Pies. Code word for vaginas. So now the guys got pies in their crotch. Cherry pie, apple pie, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm never fucking eating pie again. And then the women with their penis masks on, right? No, I stayed to read. I don't care what people do at their parties. It's their house. I mean, if they're going to murder each other, I'm not going to be there. But this seemed like some kind of like weird out of the country. I don't know if they were circumcised. I didn't take note of that. Anyway, for half an hour, they played Get the Penis Mask in the Pie, and they won prizes. So who am I to stop this party, right? So this is what I did. So then the girls would come, and then they would read I would read for them. So that's it. And that was it. And then we all had dinner, and we left. And by dinner, I mean I had a bottle of water and opened the lid and made sure it hadn't been opened prior. That was my dinner. And then I left. And then I called home and I said, yep, it was another party. And I never mentioned it. But that's how the parties go. You don't know what you're showing up to until you get there. Now, I'm going through a party service. So I'm going, like, I'm registered, they're bonded company, and they hire entertainment. So they're hiring all kinds of entertainment. I'm not the judge of it, right? I've done I've seen everything. I was a street kid. It doesn't matter to me. No, they're not doing anything wrong. It's a party game. I mean, it's like men at a strip club when they're doing that. They're doing lap dances. It's like, okay, dude, you're getting married tomorrow, whatever. Whatever, right? So anyway, what's that party? Oh my God, the one up on Doheny. I can't think of the place where everybody goes. Anyway, I was invited to a party there, and that was totally nice. That was a party full of billionaire men, and each and every one of those billionaire men wanted to know about making more money. These were literally billionaires. So their wives were there. It's juvenile or warped. Yeah, you're right about that. I thought it. I was like, and then the porn's in the background, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I've seen it. Like, whatever. Like, whatever. But anyway, what the hell is the name of that place? I can't think of the name. You know the club when I tell you. Everybody wants to get into that club. Anyway, I was hired by another girl. Well, you just get hired from one party to another. Once you show up at the parties and you don't have a problem with showing up and doing your work, they hire you for parties. And so that's what they do. But anyway, we went to and I can't think of the name of it, the other club. There you go. Bobby's been busy researching me. I don't know what no one did anything. They're perfectly fabulous to me, and they're not doing anything illegal, and they're all adults. And the men being hired are being hired like prostitutes at a party or a strip club for whatever. No, it's not the Mile. It's not the Mile High Club. No, what the hell was the name of that? It's on Doheny. Anyway, you have to be a member, and you have to have people refer you into it. It's a whoop-de-doo. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I got hired by that girl. No, not the Rainbow. It's way up high. Oh my God, y'all. I can't. No, not the Viper Room. No, not the Key Club. No, not Bohemian Grove. No, it's a place. They have one in Malibu and they have one in Hollywood, and you have to be a member. I cannot remember what it is. Oh my God, what the hell is the name of that club? Now I got to Google it. Anyway, I got hired to a party there, and all of those people were billionaire men, literally, and their wives were getting the reading. Soho House, thank you. Somebody knows. So they were all billionaire men, and not the Magic Castle. It was Soho House. So it was the one on Doheny, and let me see. I never refused to party with him. Yeah, I never went anywhere with Hefner. Soho House, and that is an environment where you're safe. I mean, I'm being sent out by a party, by companies, and when you're a reputable psychic, you get sent out. Okay, you're registered on their list, and their brokers find you, and you make money. Like, why? You can pay 3 months rent in 5 hours. Why wouldn't you do it? You're not doing anything. I mean, the bachelorette was a bit weird, but yeah, Soho House. Yeah, that's it. And I just had to go around and read, and then that was fine. And I did eat there because it was coming from the restaurant there. So, that they hire you. So psychics go everywhere. Okay. They really do. Yeah, I can read a person high on drugs, but it's hard because they argue with you usually when you say something. I haven't been doing parties since COVID, really. Yes, you get paid a lot of money when you do the parties. They're paying for your time, so you charge differently for parties because these are people with money hiring you. So yeah, you're going to charge differently. And I'm working straight for 5 hours. I don't take breaks. I read. I don't socialize with the people. I did like not Coors, was it? It might have been a Coors party, their beer launch in Hollywood. So I read, and then I'm gone. That's what I do. So that's it. And you can make a lot of money if you just do parties. So it's well worth that for your investment rather than one person. You just read them. But I'm exhausted. So for 3 days after, I'm unconscious upside down. So I don't do a lot of parties anymore. But I did. I mean, I went everywhere. And no one I didn't go anywhere. Yeah, well, they don't tip. The guests don't tip, but you are paid. I mean, you can make, literally, if you're doing a party, you can make $2,000 an hour. So why would you not do that? It depends who's hiring you, but you're not going to make less than $500 an hour. So it just depends. You put your name into party planners, and then you get known for party planners. That's what you do. I do read. Yeah, I read one. I'm very good at that. It's exhausting, but I'm good. I train myself to do that. I do not like to take breaks. I like to read for 4 or 5 hours and be done with it so I don't have to think about work after. Some people, yeah, you can do it for 1,000 an hour, whatever you want, you know. You would tip the psychics? Yeah, whatever. I just did it. I've gone everywhere. Back in the day, I partied on the boats with I didn't do the drugs, but I went with the mistresses on the boats with the gangsters. So, whatever. And Hugh Hefner would have demons in him because of his lifestyle. And he was also, do you know any good Canadian psychics? I'm a good Canadian psychic. I don't know. I don't think I know any psychics in Canada anymore. Yeah, that's it for a psychic. It just depends what you're doing. So you have to be presentable at a party. Oh, Lewis, thank you, Lewis. There you go. Lewis. I do know Lewis. You have to be presentable when you walk into a party. You have to be well versed. You have to be something that's an asset. You can't come in all crazy, like whatever. But yeah, so the party circuit, I'm booked for a couple of parties coming up from Halloween on, like that. No, I don't do Zoom readings because you can record Zoom readings and you can record my image against my will. And I'm not going to do that. No, Zoom is a bunch of bullshit, right? Why does astrology make so much sense? Because it does. I don't know why it makes so much sense. It just does. Are you in a dark room? No, I'm placed wherever they want. Sometimes I'm in a really loud room next to the band. Sometimes I'm in a back room. Sometimes I'm in someone's bedroom. Sometimes I'm downstairs, wherever they want you to be. And then I tell the hostess or host of the party, put a list out here. Sometimes I'm in their side room. It depends. Sometimes I'm on a patio. Sometimes I'm in a restaurant, however you want to word it. And so you have to tell the hostess, this is how it works for parties. And this is the honest to God truth. And I do the wrap parties for the TV shows. Here's how it works. They go, we have 200 guests. I'm never going to read your 200 guests, right? So, I can't. So they're like, well, how many guests can you read? Okay, the quickest I can do is 12-minute readings for 5 hours. So that's what I do. I do 12 minutes and I literally make them keep track of their guests. So it's just like, hi, what's your name? And whatever comes out of my mouth. So that's what I do. Exactly what I do. You cannot do long readings at parties. So that's how I trained myself to do it. That's what I did. That's it. So I'm very good at that. I'm very good at, I call it boot camp readings. So I can go real quick because I want to get it done. It's not always somewhere quiet. It's not always. Sometimes you're in backstage at a rock concert or it depends who's hiring you, honestly. Sometimes you go home and you're like, motherfucker, right? Motherfucker. So it is exhausting. It is. And then, whatever, you have Gemini in your chart. No, I don't, but thank you for thinking I might. Triple Leo, Virgo. We all have Gemini, but no, I don't have any Gemini planets. We all have Gemini on the house cusp, but no. 29-degree Leo rising with Pluto and Virgo in the first house. That's what you're seeing. Is you're seeing Uranus I'm Pluto and Uranus and Virgo. You're seeing Uranus. Yes, you do feel drained. But I don't have to work then for 2 months. My thinking with work is I work to pay what I have to pay, not to amass money, to pay what I have to pay, and then I'm done. And then I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to talk to Lila. I'm going to talk to Jason. I'm going to go have dinner. I'm going to do whatever I want. Your son is 29 Leo rising. He must piss people off, Maria. Bobby and I are both 29-degree Leo rising. I didn't even see that. So there you go. Anyway, you're not missing houses in your chart unless they're intercepted. You're missing planets in the houses is what you're saying. You're not missing houses. You have houses, but it depends what chart. Are you doing equal house? Are you doing coke? Are you doing, not cocaine, Koch? Are you doing Campanus? What are you doing and what are the degrees? And you may have intercepts when you use one method or not. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't oversave. I'm not all about that, but anyway, the party circuit in Los Angeles is interesting. And then you have clients that want to fly you out to Uranus. Exactly. I know, the joke that we've all heard. Yes, it is cool. But people offer to fly you out. I was flown to Florida a lot when I first moved to LA to work in Florida. So you get asked and they pay for you and they want you to come stay with you and this and that. You do get a lot of offers like that. I don't so much do that because I didn't want to. I do know my birth chart and I do my birth chart. I don't care to stop anything. um yeah, I spend and I do whatever I want, but I pay my bills and I look after my children and I look after them the way that I can and those that I love. And I give out in the community to people I know personally. So I do that. Impressions about a missing person. Oh, you should write it down and call it in. Anyway, am I going to be? Yes, everybody, if you just don't worry about not being financially okay. Yeah, Snoop. Is Snoop Dogg still Snoop? Probably. I don't think he's going to be around long. I use tropical placidus, but I've been thinking about I never know how to say it. Koch or Koch, Koch, the German method. That was my one, and I never know because I hear it's Koch, it's Koch, it's whatever. Anyway, that method, which was designed the same year I was born, I think, right in that thing. But anyway, let's see. Question is, what's the best counseling for a psychic? I don't know what that means. What do you mean counseling? Why do you need counseling if you're psychic? I don't know. I hope no one's got sick while I'm doing a reading. No, not really. I've known my clients almost 40 years. Most of my clients, I'm word of mouth. I now am known, but I was word of mouth. I'm tasked with finding her a therapist. Oh, I get you. Okay, I'm word of mouth from when I was younger. We kind of all, the good ones work word of mouth, and then we become psychic escort. Yes, psychic escort, except I don't take my clothes off and it's not a touchy-feely thing. Okay, so counselor for a psychic, you probably have to go to somebody who's metaphysical in their nature. No, you're weird just because you're a Gemini, not because you're 3-degree Gemini rising. No, that's just your rising sign, honey. It has to have a degree from 0 to 30. It has to have, a whatever. I'm not doing 2 jobs, psychic escort. I'm not doing 2 jobs. But you will get called to people's parties or people's dinner stuff to scope out a person that they're doing business with. So you will get called for that. Somebody will call you and they're like, I'm going to do a business deal, or I'm thinking of marrying this guy, and they'll bring him for a reading, or you will go to them and they want your opinion behind the scenes, right? So thank you all for the super chats, by the way. So yeah, friend, Cook. No, it's Coke. Yeah, it's Coke. It's Koch, or CK, whatever. I've forgotten. But anyway, that was a long time ago. I used that. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're looking for a therapist for a psychic, you probably need more of a shaman for a psychic, shamanic healing or something, somebody who's metaphysical. Traditional therapist is psychic dominatrix. Now that's a good job. Psychically, you know how they want to be beat, so you could kick their ass, right? Home visit, there you go, home visit, exactly. I don't do home visits anymore. I don't, I do what's easiest for me, really. People ask me about astrology books, and I have always liked the only way to learn astrology, but I think they're out of print. So do these people... I never tell anybody what to please them. No, I've told people in 12 minutes at a party that they have HIV AIDS and that they should go to a doctor and get checked. And then I've gotten called back from them after they burst into tears and I had to kick them out after 12 minutes that they actually were diagnosed with that. I've actually said that. So whatever, because I get really open, like after I don't give a shit. Don't ask a fucking psychic if you want to play games. Don't ask me. Argue with me all you want. Don't care. It's German, right? Koch. Yes, there you go. German. So yeah, no, I've said everything. Everything. Just out, boom. And I don't ever sugarcoat it because I'm not here to please you. Like, what am I? That's not how it works. I will watch how I speak to you, but I'm not gonna whatever. Yeah, why would you ask a psychic? Unless you think you're a parlor trick. And I've gone to those parties too. I've gone to parties out where the Kardashians live in that area. I can't even think of what it's named now. This is a long time ago. Keith was very little. But I went out to parties there, and I have used sage. I use other methods, but Anyway, Calabasas, thank you. I've gone out there to parties, and the wife will ask me about her husband, and it's very clear that the husband's best friend and business partner is actually the husband's lover. I've said that shit at parties. Of course, you don't get invited back. Just saying. So yeah, I've said that. I've said that at parties. Calabasas, thank you. I forget where I'm going. It's down the freaky. Some psychics don't tell the bad. Well, then they're what they are is people pleasing. Well, I mean, okay. First of all, let's break that down for a second. If you don't tell quote the bad, okay. If you don't tell the bad, okay, just think of it like that. I have to plug this in a sec. If you don't tell the bad to somebody, you're making a judgment. Now, what if they need to hear something that you perceive as bad? So that's your judgment, right? So you're judging it. So you are the telephone. The telephone does not judge what you do. And the only time I've done that was when I was on live TV with Kelly Clarkson and she asked about her marriage. Her husband was staring at me from back there. I could not. He was behind the thing, so I could not. Thank you. Thank you for that. Ebony, thank you so much, honey. Thank you. That's the only time I did it, and it's because I was on live TV and they would have scratched it. So I just read something else on that time. But I did call Arlene and I said to her, girl, she goes, what'd you tell her? I go, I couldn't tell her she's going to get divorced, but she's going to get divorced, right? So anyway, I said, girl, that's what I told her. But when you're reading, you really need to tell people what they need to hear from the information that you're getting, as in the truth of what you're getting. It's their responsibility to do with it as they will. Okay. It's not my job. If I see something for somebody, and I have seen it, I told a family member something last week. I said, this is what I dreamt. This is what I saw. Pay attention to that. Will they? Won't they? I don't know. I don't know. Right. So you have to really, really, really just give the information. You're the telephone wire. Telephone doesn't go, hey, stop talking to your ex now, for God's sakes, and hang up on you. No, the telephone wire just conveys a message from one side to the other. Yes, the readings have freaked me out. Yes, there have been readings that have freaked me out. There's only 4 people I've told that they were going to pass in their life, and they passed. And so, yeah, that's freaked me out. Not at purpose. It literally came out of my mouth. And so that did wig me out. I've told people when they're sick. I've told people all kinds of things. So, but it's not my judgment to judge them. My judgment is to give them the information and them to take with it. What, there you go. And he tells the truth. Good, Beth. Good, good, good. How interesting. You're married to a medium. So you know the flip side of being married to one. Beth, poor Beth. I'm sorry for my people, Beth. Poor cute Beth. So yes, I have premonitions about a lot of things. So are you ever scared? Do you like egg cleanses? I've done them. That's Santeria thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I don't know if I think they're good or bad or what. Saw Kim K at Nobu. Yeah, she probably eats there. You just know what you know, and you're not going to be right always. Okay, my friend won't tell if you're going. Yeah, well, that's their decision, to do it. I will word it in a way like I feel afraid because I see a series of events happening, this event, that event, and this event. So you need to watch your car brakes because I feel like there could be an accident. I'll word it like that. I'm not just going to go, you're going to fucking die like that. But I have asked people. I did say to my stepson the week before he died, how do you want me to bury you? I did say that. So I said, because he wouldn't listen to me. So I tried to shock him into it and he still wouldn't listen to me. And he did pass. So that's what happened. And I knew it when either Keith or Jason was going to pass. I knew that I didn't know which one it was going to be, but I told them both. I told them both. I'm not an Akashic Records reader unless I actually tap into it. So yeah, I can't. This shit happens. I can't, So get a shamanic therapist. That would be what I would tell you. We do need a Psychics Anonymous, exactly. So get a shamanic therapist. I think Deanna told me a lot of stuff about Keith, what happened. Bobby gets psychic information, although she won't call herself a psychic, but it's definitely psychic, and she just says it straight out. the way she says it. People have their delivery style. They have their delivery style. Okay. So that is what they have. But do you know, I don't know about Sable Star. Most people, including myself, don't listen. Most people don't listen. They don't. Yes, I recognize. Can you recognize people? Yes, that's what you are recognizing them by. Um, you're recognizing them by their energy when you're around them. You're recognizing them. So, yes, I had aliens around me as a child, and it's so funny because John says to me, "Oh, we were arguing about God again, as we do." And I said, "How can you not see this?" And he said, "Oh, what? Like your friend that saw the aliens?" And I'm like, "Your wife saw the aliens too." But some people just think unless it's self-explanatory, right? Hmm. They think that, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have a good, actually, Kathy, I've got to call Kathy. Oh my God. She hired Keith when he was 21 and and she called me and she's like, he's texting his girlfriend all the time. Keithy was working on that show, not Stranger Things, it's something by the female director. Anyway, Kathy was on the show. She hired Keithy. Excuse me. So Mew is sleeping. So anyway, Kathy was reading John, and this is before Keith died. Kathy used to do Akashic Records reading, and she's pretty accurate. She brought John's grandmother through at the table. These two were drunk as shit at Granada at the restaurant. Drunk as shit. And she opens right up when she's drunk. So she's there reading John, and she's like, you know, doing that, and they're ordering next rounds of margaritas. John was sick for a good day. Kathy showed up at work the next day. John could not keep up with Kathy. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So that was kind of pretty funny because Kathy is a really good psychic and Akashic Records. Like she learned how to do it. I forget who her teacher was, but she learned how to do it. So she did really excellent. I watched her right there. Random drunk doing it. Have you ever spoke things into people's lives? I fucking hope not. No, I wouldn't want to speak things into their lives. I would really hope I would not do that because I don't want to change whatever it is they're going to go through. So they never tried and enrolled you. No, no one's ever tried me. They have come after people I know in the family. No, no one's going to try. I've been kicked off of everything. No one's, if they did try, it's not registering in my head. I've been around it, but no, I'm a loose cannon. So no, you're not going to do it with me because I'm not going to fucking listen to you. I won't even agree to take the garbage out. Okay. So no. Yeah, I don't read where anything I say you have to do it. Do what you want to do. But if you're paying me for the reading and you come to me and I say something, then I'm assuming you want to hear what I have to say, right? But yeah. Is there anything that comes up that makes you nervous? No, my son died. What's going to make me nervous? You can tell me we all die. I already know this. No. Yeah, I think meditation helps in general, but I run for meditation. So I do about 8 miles a day, and on the weekends I do 30. So sage is a good cleanser, but it's not good if you have a demonic possession in the house. You need the Bible, period. Sage, the fucking demons look at you in the sage and they're like, yeah, no. You can do sage, you can do salt, but you actually need prayer and biblical prayer to pull that out, actually. In truth, it depends how powerful what is around you. But if you keep your energy clean, then it's good. That's what you need. Exercise. Yeah, exercise is my meditation. So when I'm doing 12 miles uphill, I don't have time to do anything except wait, does God hear? Yes, God hears you pray. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. God hears our prayers all the time. Absolutely. Yes, I've been psychically attacked by bitches that worked at the store with Deanna and I. They attacked her. In fact, Deanna had to clear me of it years ago. Years and years ago. Yeah, you can use sage. I pray. I pray. That's what I do before I meditate. I pray. Well, you're taught what's special about it. You're commanding Jesus. The demons don't like Jesus. They don't like God. Remember, the beast system is the opposite. Left God, left center of God, right? So I pray. That's what I do. That's what I do. So let's see. Have her forgive, release, and surrender. You can do, yeah, you can do stuff like that too. But if they're not ready to forgive, then they're not ready. Excuse my throat now. So I pray all the time. So that's what I do. That's the best I can do. I just pray. But to physically keep myself in shape, I exercise. So anywhere from 6 to 8 miles a day. There's two schools of thoughts on aliens as demons or whatever. I have no idea. Sage does work, but it's not the only things. You need to say prayer. So, you know, that's what you have to do, I believe. For really strong cases, sage, I use tone. I use gongs when people leave my house and stuff like that, to bring the energy back to neutral. Okay, so that's what I do. I like gong my area, but I exercise. So my day starts with taking care of my physical first, and it always has. People don't like that. They want Palo Santo is another way of cleansing. It's just a mild way. You can do cleansing spray, you can do protection spray, you can do holy water, you can do whatever you want. But someone in here too attacked by Betty White. Oh, that's nice and horrifying on one thing, right? Yeah, that's what I do. I've always gotten up and taken care of myself, and I've been called selfish and this and that. You always have to run. Yes, I do have to run. That's correct. Because if I didn't, I'd probably have high blood pressure and be very angry all day long. So I need to energetically ground myself. So you can use anointing oil. You can use all kinds of things. Palo Santo smells, yeah, it smells more woodsy. So yeah, I've always taken care of myself. It's not an option for me. And if someone tries to get in the way of that, then they're trying to corrupt me. So I made that decision. Yeah, I do run for balance. I made that decision when I first started, before I married John. We had two different lifestyles, very, very different. And I made a decision to still be in the relationship, but live my lifestyle the way I do. So that's what I chose to do. So there's that. Yeah, clean the mirrors with vinegar, holy water, whatever. Absolutely. I don't know if sage is dangerous or not. I did solve one murder in Santa Ana. That was a death penalty case. And the way that it happened, it was for a TV show. And it was, I want to say in 2004. But anyway, I went to the house in Santa Ana, and I went with a private detective back then, who was actually Lee Major's stand-in double, Dakota. Anyway, he stood in for Lee Majors. That was enough for me to go. Anyhow, we went to this house, and in this house, I was talking to the grandkids. So there were two older men in black hats. Absolutely is a real thing. Yeah, there were. It always goes back to Lee Majors. We should know this. Anyway, the grandparents had been murdered in their house in Santa Ana. So while I was talking to the family, there were the children, and then I think the grandchildren. And the information I got was, and I remember this so vividly. I can't even remember the family's name right now. But the information, and I have it on film somewhere, but the information I got was that the murderer was a young man with a female child. And then it would take 5 years for them to catch this man, but he would come back to his child. So he left the country and he came back to his child. That's how they arrested him for the murder. He came back to see his daughter. And that's how that happened. And then it became, the granddaughter got married. That's the last time I talked to her. Probably not since 2005. It was a death penalty case, though. So there was that. That was it. They're using concrete and they're using grids to block people's energy from spying. No, Miss Cleo died. Not that I should know that. But that's actually what happened. And that was random. I wasn't expecting. That was part of Psychic Mom when we were selling it to Court TV. That was what that episode was for. So yeah, that did actually happen. Lavender oil is great. Well, that you spray lavender oil and rose oil into your air ducts to get rid of anger. Remember, demons like anger. So you need to be peaceful. That's what I would say. All right, y'all. Now it's time to get Mew Mew some food. But yes, I can see demons in a lot of things, and always could see them, right? Should avoid my neighbor. If yes, you should avoid them. You don't want the demon to attach onto you, but you can protect yourself too. Because when we walk down a street, we have no idea who we're walking around, right? Thank you, Robin. I will be doing charts when I finish up the ones I'm behind. So I'm behind in everything. So I'll open my books back up, but probably not for a couple of more weeks. Probably not that. So there's that. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And remember, I can't do live videos on Facebook because they don't find it appropriate for me to be bullying their community with truth. Okay, so anyway, that's Facebook. And I was blocked for a month, so that's what happened. I'm always blocked because I talked about the Catholic Church. Shungite is the best thing. Shungite's fantastic and good for your water to just block anything, Shungite. Okay, yeah, I get kicked off. Bye, you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day, everybody. Bye. Thank you. I will talk to you soon. I know I'm early. I'm not kicked off of TikTok. I have to sit down and do those videos. I get like, oh, so much. Okay, bye, you guys.